So how are you going to tell me that Aaron Judge is for sure going to be a New York Yankee? Because I do not see it happening. I really do not see it happening.
Give a shout out to Mark Weiss for that.
Big liberal school, correct?
These are the elections that truly matter the most.
Michigan just beat Rutgers to death tonight.
Liberal tears once again, correct?
Whatever you say, Doug.
Malibu at the diner part of the casino.
The Cleveland Guardians, they basically ran away with that division.
Girls
They
all
are
over
now-
Hawaii. It's Hawaii, obviously.
Oh, of course.
There's gonna be some good-looking girls.
He would wear McKinnon, and then he would
Are better than every other American League team.
Yeah, but this is my show. MVP quarterback, and then the other quarterback.
No matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Today is November 14th, 2022. We got John Giordano, co-host of the JMB podcast on the Doug Serravo Show tonight, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. We have much to get to today. We got Giants, we got the Vikings, we got John at the Giants game last night. We got some rumors going on that John has started, apparently. You got Tyler Glass now to the New York Mets. And I'm thinking to myself, another trade in Tampa? And I saw a tweet. This was the tweet. According to John Morosi, the Mets and Rays have been in contact about available pitching before Tuesday's roster protection deadline. And at this point, industry observers expect multiple trades by the club over the next 48 hours. So it looks like the Rays are going to be making a lot of trades, John.
Yes. I can see Glass now going to the Mets.
Yeah, but Tampa needs the pitching. We saw it last year in the postseason, and the year before. They really struggled without having a pitching staff.
Yeah.
So
I think it really all started when you traded Blake Snell.
Yeah, but the Rays have always done that. They've traded away their top guys, their top pitchers, bats for prospects. So maybe, because who knows what's going to happen with the third base position within Evan Longoria if he comes back. Maybe they throw in Brett Beatty in the deal. I take him as my third baseman because we really don't have a solid guy at third base. So if that's the case, I'll take a third baseman. I'll take Brett.
What about Vientos?
Oh, he didn't really look good in his call up. So I rather have a third baseman. I like Beatty. I think he has a lot of potential. So that's my key. That's my key guy right there.
Yeah, Beatty definitely looked better. And what, did he play a week or something before he got hurt?
Yeah, week and a half or so, something like that.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate. He could have made it back for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the key factor right there, getting back for the postseason, and that's something that we want to go back. We want to go back in 2023. We want to win the World Championship for sure. That's the key factor right there. In case anyone is wondering where I'm at one of the studios of Serravo Broadcasting, going over a few stuff for the Monroe Falcons ice hockey season. I was re-voted in as team reporter, so that's a huge accomplishment for us. And then I'll be back at the Serravo Broadcasting studio back home where, I'll have my setup in the studio. So let's get to the New York Giants. They are now 7-2 on the year, John. We still have to play the Eagles. And I think this is setting us up for a great position to win this NFC East. Years ago, the NFC East was the laughingstock of the National Football League. Now you got the Cowboys, you got the Eagles, you got the Giants. Commanders, they're all right. So I'm really looking forward to see how we perform against, we got the Lions coming up. That should be a win. Moving forward, I think we're set up in prime position to end up winning this division.
I think that final game of the season will be the Sunday night game that ends the year.
Oh, the game against the Colts?
No, Eagles are week 18.
Oh, that game's on the road. Last home game is against the Colts.
Yep, but I think when they make the decision on the final Sunday night game, if the division is on the line, that's going to be the Sunday night game that week.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if that's the case. I think they should. They'll probably flex the game. I think they'll flex it.
It'll at least be at 4 o'clock.
Should be, yeah. Well, there's no Sunday night games, I don't think, the last week of the season.
Right, because they flex it eventually.
Yeah, so I think we're going to be in a situation where we can win this game. One of my predictions is actually coming true. The Miami Dolphins, shout out to Nicole and Dave, Go Sports, Team Fisher for life, baby. So, the Dolphins look like they're going to win this division. They are on the path, because I don't see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills coming out of that division. I really don't. They are truly struggling. The Bills are struggling because the Vikings proved it yesterday. That Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills cannot win in clutch games. They truly cannot win in clutch games. And I do not see the Bills going anywhere out of that division. Because you got the Jets who are going to play well, and you got the Dolphins, shout out to Nicole and Dave, Go Sports, who will win that division. So, Tua could be an MVP candidate. They brought in Jalen Waddle. They brought him in the draft. They brought in Tyreek Hill. But what I want to know is about the Minnesota Vikings. Is this the worst 8-1 team? Or is this a team that can go out and win the NFC and go to the Super Bowl? Because I don't see... Who do you really have besides the Eagles, the Vikings? You got the Giants at 7-2. I really don't see... I think this NFC division is wide open. But then again, we got to worry about Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that they are going to go on a stretch and a run like they always do.
Yep.
So I think, for some reason, I have a feeling the Buccaneers are going to come out of the NFC and return to the Super Bowl. Is there any doubt that that will happen? Honestly, no.
Well, it's the every other year thing with Brady. He didn't get a Super Bowl last year.
So it's going to be interesting for sure. I am not sure the results of how this season's going to play out, but there's a lot of surprising teams. There's truly a lot of surprising teams. And I want to talk more about that later on in the show. But what I want to do right now is I want to take a quick commercial break. And because since we're on the subject of the National Football League, I want to do our Lepore betting picks, because this season, next week, is interesting. Before Thanksgiving football. This is going to be an interesting week of games. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Again, the Doug Schroeder Show is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we are going to do our Lepore betting picks. We'll be right back. Quick commercial break, which is brought to you by Dougie and Espo, which happens every Wednesday or so whenever Kyle shows up. So we'll be right back.
MVP quarterback. And then the other quarterback we have is Derek Carr.
Everything happens to me. Zach Wilson getting hurt happens to me. Not getting let into Bar A happens to me. Going to the hospital after the Jets beat the Titans happened to me.
Especially going back to Columbus down.
Why? They were horrible this year.
Malibu at the diner.
These leaders of these countries.
to you because you are probably known for losing a lot of bets, especially when it comes to the horse
My
racing.
lightning 5 picks. These are the ones I like. I mean, I love them. In my picks, you'll hear them later on. That is my best bet.
You'll hear it in Stutz Betting.
Yes, that is my best bet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Doug Serravo Show. We got John Giordano today on November 14th, 2022. The Doug Serravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. It is now time for Lepore Betting, which is sponsored by our good friends at the JNB Podcast. So now it's time for Lepore Betting. Let's do our picks. Honestly, John, I should be keeping track to see who's right, who's wrong. But I just don't have the time to do all of that.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, here we go, big boy. Let's do it.
Alright.
Alright, so let's start with the Jets and the Patriots. You're going to do the AFC games, I'll do the NFC games, and then we'll rotate AFC versus NFC. So who do you got winning the Jets and the Patriots?
Gotta go with the Pats. They haven't won New England in 14 years, I think I heard today.
Well, let's face it, they haven't beaten the Patriots in God knows when.
I think 13 straight losses, they said.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, you got Buffalo versus Cleveland. Who bounces back? Both teams have been struggling.
Gotta go Buffalo.
Alright, we got the Buffalo Bills. Another two teams that are struggling. You got Denver versus Las Vegas.
Denver.
Denver bounces back. You got the Chiefs versus the Chargers. Who wins this one?
KC.
Alright, you got KC. You got the Bengals versus the Steelers.
Let's go Bengals.
Bengals, I was going to go that way too. We still got to go over. Alright, and I think the Eagles win tonight. So we got to pick that game.
That should be a good game.
It should be. The 49ers won last night. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Saints, Rams. I got the Rams bouncing back and winning this one. Giants, Lions. There's no stopping the Giants right now. Falcons, Bears. I see the Bears winning this one. Cowboys, Vikings. I think the Cowboys bounce back and they win. San Francisco, Arizona. San Francisco wins. Packers, Titans. I see the Packers winning this game. Washington versus Houston. I see Washington winning this game. Eagles, Colts. I see the Colts winning this game, handing the Eagles their first loss. And then Panthers, Ravens. Who do you got, John?
Gotta go Ravens.
All right, Ravens. And now let's do our Super Bowl bracket like we always do. All right, let's get to that. All right, I'll do the NFC. Giants, Buccaneers, just because it's Tom Brady. Although the Giants have had success against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the past few years. And, I mean, not really. They didn't win the games, but they competed against them. They competed against them last year at MetLife. And, of course, the Buccaneers came through. Giants also have success against Tom Brady and the Patriots. But I do see the Buccaneers continuing their winning streak against the Giants, and I think the Buccaneers are going to go on some type of run. Cowboys, San Francisco. Cowboys got revenge against the Niners from last year's playoffs. Seahawks, Vikings. Vikings win that. John, who do you got your AFC games?
Let's see. That's Tennessee, Buffalo first one?
Yeah, Tennessee, Buffalo.
Let's go with Buffalo.
Buffalo. Patriots, Ravens.
Ravens.
Dolphins, shout out to Nicole and Dave. Go Sports. Dolphins, Bengals.
Gotta go Miami.
All right. Tampa Bay versus the Vikings. Tampa Bay wins, I think. Eagles, Cowboys. Eagles win that. AFC, who you got?
I'm gonna go Baltimore.
Baltimore and Kansas City, Buffalo.
I'm gonna say Buffalo finally wins in Kansas City in the playoffs.
AFC Championship, you got Buffalo versus Baltimore.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. NFC Championship, I got Tampa Bay over the Eagles. Super Bowl 57, I don't even know.
Something like that.
Tampa Bay or Buffalo?
I'll make Brandon and his father very happy. I'm gonna go Buffalo.
All right, so Buffalo wins the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady comes back another year.
Yep. Without his wife.
Yeah, without his wife, who is 2-0. He is 2-0 since he got divorced.
Yep.
See, all I know, John, is if I was dating someone or if I was married and she came to me and said, podcasts, sports media, politics, or me, I'm not giving up my career. I'm not giving up my career. Like, think about it. Look at girls like Ayesha Curry. She stood with Stephen Curry all those years. I think Giselle was, I don't know.
Maybe she was dragging him down.
Maybe. It's a situation I can't really comment on, but Tom Brady truly loves football. That's his life. He's not going to give it up. So I wanted to talk more about, I think I said I wanted to talk more about the Vikings and if they're for real. So what do you think about this Vikings team? Are they a fluke or are they just one of those teams that can truly make a difference and like go on a run?
I think they could go on a run. That probably was game of the year yesterday, like they've been saying.
Yeah, it was.
They
It
have
was a
some
good game.
weapons. That catch by Jefferson, I think it was, right?
Yeah, that was a good game. They came back, they played well, so it's just a matter of who's the better team, who's going to be able to beat the Eagles. Because the Vikings right now, they have the second seed.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of if they could win those important games because the division is theirs. They're going to want to have home field. But the problem with Minnesota is I'm not discrediting them, not one bit. I'm not going to discredit them. But the thing with Minnesota is they can't beat the Eagles in Philly. You saw it in the NFC Championship game a few years back. You saw it this previous season. They couldn't beat them in Philly. So they want that home field. You're not gonna can Kirk Cousins handle all that pressure and BS? I don't know. He's proved it so far this year. They've played well, but it's just a matter of time that they play it well in the postseason.
If you look at their games, they've all been close.
Yes, and they were trailing in all of them.
The only ones not close was the Packer game and the Eagle game.
Mm-hmm.
The first two.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is the Doug Strava Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. You can follow us on all your podcast applications, YouTube and Facebook Live, Saravo Broadcasting, the Doug Saravo Show. We got John Giordano of the JMB Podcast on tonight's episode. Today is November 14th, 2022. We got a few minutes left to go, so we're going to discuss the Major League Baseball offseason, our picks, our predictions, what we think is going to happen, some surprises, who knows. We just want to give hello to our friends at, shout out to Nicole and Dave Go Sports. For all your sports knowledge, talk to Dave. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we have much more to get to. We're going to discuss Major League Baseball and who we think is going to go where. The Doug Strava Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. John, thanks for coming on tonight, and we'll see you in just a few more minutes. We'll be right back.
Especially going back to Columbus down.
Why? They were horrible this year.
Malibu at the diner.
These leaders of these countries.
MVP quarterback. And then the other quarterback we have is Derek Carr.
Everything happens to me. Zach Wilson getting hurt happens to me. Not getting let into Bar A happens to me. Going to the hospital after the Jets beat the Titans happened to me.
This episode was brought to you by Nicole and Dave. Go Sports. For all your latest information surrounding the world of sports, talk to Dave.
Malibu at the diner part of the casino.
The Cleveland Guardians, they basically ran away with that division.
Girls
They
all
are
over
now-
Hawaii. It's Hawaii, obviously.
Oh, of course.
There's gonna be some good-looking girls.
He would like wear like McKinnon, and then he would
Are better than every other American League team.
Yeah, but this is my show. MVP quarterback. And then the other quarterback.
No matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. John is coming live to you from his home, and I'm at one of the studios. Baseball offseason is getting underway. We've seen a few big deals from relievers, not much from big name bats. Robert Shurridge signed a deal. Edwin Diaz is heading back to Queens. So I want to play a game I like to call Fast Minute. So what it is I'm just going to name a few players, a few free agents, and I want you to just name a team that you think they could go to. So we're going to start with Justin Turner. Where's Justin Turner going to end up, John?
I think he goes back to LA.
All right, back to LA for Justin Turner. All right, next name we got Wilson Contreras.
Heard there's a lot. I'm feeling Astros with him. They need a catcher.
Wilson Contreras to the Astros. All right. Next guy we got Evan Longoria.
Let's send him back to your Rays.
Hell yeah, we will. Jock Peterson.
If they don't get Nemo, he's going to the Mets.
Jacob deGrom.
Pains me to say it, but I'm going to have to go with the Rangers.
Aaron Judge.
Like I said, I think it was last week, I think he's going to go out to California. I'm going to go to Dodgers, former super team.
Trey Turner.
I would love to see it as a Met, but I'm going to have to say Phillies. He wants to play in Philly.
Rafael Devers.
I heard that the Mets are big targets, so I think he's going to come to Queens.
Xander Bogaerts.
That's another good one. If Turner doesn't end up going to Philly, he's going to wind up with the Phillies.
Interesting. All right. Let's
Or they get both.
Let's go with Carlos Correa.
I think Brandon's Yankees need him, and he'll wind up in the Bronx, no matter how much he's hated.
Anthony Rizzo.
Another guy feeling back to the Yankees.
Gene Segura.
Did see him going to the Giants out to the West Coast.
Dansby Swanson.
Even though it doesn't seem like it since they didn't lock him up, I'm thinking he's going back to Atlanta.
Andrew Benintendi.
If they don't get Judge, send him back to the Bronx.
Brandon Nimmo.
Gotta say Mets. has to
Kevin
get back.
Kevin Kiermaier.
I may actually say with that one, Seattle.
Mitch Haniger.
He might actually be another good one to go back to Seattle.
Michael Conforto.
Go give him the Astros a little depth, and he goes plays in Houston.
JD Martinez.
Mets DH.
Michael Brantley.
Possibly back to the Astros.
Nate Eovaldi.
Depending what they do with the Rays, send him to the Mets.
Corey Kluber.
Could see him going back to your Rays.
Justin Verlander.
Can't see him going anywhere besides Houston.
Seth Lugo.
Come back to Queens.
And last but not least, we're going to go with Ken Giles.
Completely forgot that he was even in the league. I'm going to say, where was he last year anyway? I don't even remember.
I think he was hurt.
I don't really know who needs bullpen help right now.
I go with Baltimore.
Give him a nice veteran piece.
Yeah.
He was in Seattle last year.
Oh, he was? All right, John, thank you for coming on today. This was truly a great episode of the Doug Strava Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. To conclude this show, since many of you know that I was voted in as team reporter for the Monroe Falcons, here is a multi-interview of Doug Saravo. I interviewed myself. So let's take a listen to this, and then John and I will come back and we'll give our final thoughts. So joining us now is Doug Saravo, creator of Saravo Broadcasting and the team reporter for the Falcons. Doug, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. But first, I just want to give a big congratulations for you for your podcast. I hear you are on season 6, and I hear the ratings are looking tremendous. So big congratulations for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. How does it feel being voted in again?
Yeah, it's truly an honor. Look at the work that we've been doing here at the production team. We have done work that a lot of people said couldn't have been done before. We have the best people within the production team. They are highly respected. They are highly intelligent. But it starts with James. James has done a lot of behind-the-scenes work that a lot of people do not see. When you look at game days, it's not just me doing the play-by-play. James is the one that prints the stats. James is the one that does the pregame notes for me. When we have our pregame meetings, James gathers everything for me. So when I go into do play-by-play, I'm always prepared because I have the best people around me. I got the best advisors. I got the best people. So big credit to them. I'm just a talent, but they truly help me on game days.
Can you talk about the work that you guys have been doing over the years?
Yeah, the production team, they have done phenomenal work. Now look, if you look at the polls are looking good. If you look at the ratings are looking good. But what is most important is what people are saying. They have been saying that we've been doing so much great work and they are happy. And that's what matters, that people are happy with the work that we have been doing. And I couldn't have been more proud because this is work that is going to be bigger and better than ever before. Think about it. We have another season coming up. So we have so much going on that people don't even know about. And I can't wait to get this season going.
You always mention bigger and better than ever before, though.
Well, it's going to be work that a lot of people haven't seen before. You know, we want to make game day experience, we want to make it the best. We want to have the warm-up music playing, the goal horns, all this great stuff that makes it like a great game day experience. We want people to come to Monroe and watch our games. We want the fans loud. We want them to be there because at the end of the day, we are going to win because no one wins like we do.
All right, thank you for coming on, Doug. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There it was, Sean.
Good job, Doug.
Thanks. Interviewing myself. See, you got to practice. So when you go on television or whatever it may be and being interviewed by someone else, that's just practice. All right, so John, we're going to conclude this show in a minute or so, but I want your final thoughts. It could be a wild prediction. It could be football. It could be baseball, hockey, basketball, politics, whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to start with my wild prediction. Trey Mancini is going to return to the Baltimore Orioles, not Oreos, in 2023. He's going to sign a 3-year contract. I don't know about the AAV. But he's going to sign a 3-year contract with the Baltimore Orioles. And the Baltimore Orioles are going to go to the playoffs next year. They are going to go to the playoffs next year. And they are going to go to the ALCS. They fall short, but that will be a great storybook run for Trey Mancini as he finishes his career with the Baltimore Orioles for the next few years. That is my wild prediction. It may not happen with the Orioles making the playoffs going to the ALCS, but I do see Trey going back to Baltimore. He got his ring, now he's going back home where his career started. So as we conclude this show, John, let's hear your wild prediction.
I think that Aaron Judge will wind up in LA, be the piece they finally need to win a legit World Series, according to our good friend Brandon.
Yeah.
And shut him up about the 27 rings, right?
Yeah, that's the goal. All right, John, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on, as always. Appreciate it.
It was fun, Doug. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you, John. See you next time. That was John Giordano on the Doug Serrato Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. You can follow us on all your podcast applications: Facebook Live, YouTube, Spotify, RadioPublic.com, Apple Podcasts, whatever you may have. Thank you again to John Giordano for appearing on tonight's episode. And as always, we just want to thank our friends, Nicole and Dave, Go Sports, as they sponsor every episode of the Doug Serrato Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. Today was Monday, November 14th, 2022. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
This episode was brought to you by Nicole and Dave, Go Sports. For all your latest information surrounding the world of sports, talk to Dave.